Yeah.
That just means there's going to be crap loads around 2 and 3 guys that are going to be over. You'll find guys in round 3 that are going to have round 2 grades. Is pretty much what's going to happen.
I mean, did you see what Mayock said?
No,
he
he
said there's 8 guys that have legit first round grades, and the rest just drop off.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're at Steelers. We took a line bet. We took Van Der Esch round 1. No, I don't think they need to go edge. The offensive line's okay.
Mason Rudolph.
I was thinking about it. But my question was, do they want to go quarterback round 2 or round 3? Because that's really, the question. Yeah, I guess we could do. I think Mason Rudolph makes a lot of sense there. So yeah, actually, let's do that. Let's do Mason Rudolph there. I do think that makes a lot of sense.
Nice.
I don't really see a depth issue for the Steelers in most other positions. Yeah. At least nothing they have to address right away. So yeah, that makes sense. I can buy it.
All right, Obi, you got the Jags.
Okay, Jags. I mean, they can do whatever they want. Let's say,
wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay, wide receiver.
Yeah, Anthony Miller's good.
Say, no, because they already have our guy. The special teams player of the year for the Jaguars, former Raider who was homeless and had nothing.
Oh, yeah.
They cap money and stuff. Jalen
Mickens. Yeah.
Jay Dominic for Washington.
Okay. Wide out. Let's see. You said Washington.
DJ Charles.
Deion Kane.
Okay.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Clemson.
Yep.
That's solid.
I think they need a big receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Ray, you got the Vikings.
I'm going to go with Anthony Miller in this spot.
Oh, wow. That wouldn't even be fair. Diggs.
It's like Cordell Patterson, but he can catch and actually run a route.
All right. You got to give Cousins all he needs.
All right, the Patriots.
JB, Patriots.
It's me?
Yeah, it's you. They went back-to-back O-line.
Oh, yeah. Patriots, I'm going to go BPA. Do they have available? Did they have Patriots go O-line the last 2 picks?
Yeah, back-to-back.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm going to go... who's their nose tackle now?
Danny Shelton. They traded for him.
Yeah,
they got him there.
And
they can use another guy, though.
Yeah, they could. They love those big, deep nose tackle types.
Yeah,
big,
they do.
What about Tim Settle?
Gappers.
Oh, no.
I forgot about him.
That's unfair.
That early? Oof.
No, he can move.
I know he can move. Like you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
All right, last
Patriots
pick.
Sit there.
Cleveland Browns.
Here we go.
Yeah. So it's me, yeah? So Tim Settle to the Patriots. Right, let's have a little look. I've got 2 names for the Browns that are still on the board, surprisingly. One of them's Chukwuma Okorafor, offensive tackle, and another one is Ogbonia Okoronkwo.
From
linebacker or edge.
You know what it is? The Browns took Agabana a couple years ago, and now all of a sudden he feels like he's got to match up the names. Just get another ridiculous name like that.
But do you know what? I'm actually gonna go with a corner. Anthony Avery.
Oh,
I like that.
nice.
I can take that.
Okay.
That's solid.
You know what it is? The Bama has got like 4 or 5 DBs.
They do.
And after Avery, the thing is, after Avery, you still have Levi Wallace, who was their outside guy. He played outside quarterback for them for 3 years, and nobody talks about him. Right? Like, people were giving him, like, around 5 or 6 grades. Reminds me of Rashawn Melvin. And then you still have, and after Avery, and Phil and Harrison and Minka, then you got Wallace, and then who's the other one? Anthony Brown.
That's
Tony Brown. And it's unreal, man. They're all these guys are 4'3", 4'40" guys. They're all 6 feet tall,
Right.
long arms. It's unreal.
Hey, I want to hear about your guys. Who do you guys like that is projected to go later, but you think they should go earlier?
Ooh, I like P.J. Hall from Sam Houston State.
Deatrick Nichols, USF.
Ooh, that was good too.
He just ran a 4.3, I believe. 4.2, 4.3.
He ran that fast?
Yeah.
Damn.
That is pro day. Yeah.
I've got two of them. They're both 3 techs, but I love them both. James Looney and DeAndre Sanat.
Oh, Sanat
Sanat.
and Looney. Yeah.
I don't know.
I love both of them, and I think both of them are probably going round 5 or later.
I don't know why Ogbani Okoronkwo was rated a 4th rounder. I think he can go early 2nd. He's really good. I don't know.
Carlson Lawson,
That's
I think that's the reason why. Carl Lawson. Look what, the same kind of, that smaller edge rusher type.
He's only he's 6'2". This is an inch shorter than Khalil Mack, and he's I think he's worth a 1st round look to me personally, but I don't know.
But again, look what happened with Carl Lawson. He's
Pro Bowl.
I think they comp very. I know, but they comp. But he only plays once. He only plays a handful of downs. He's a rotational pass rusher. That's what he does. He was a 4th round pick, but that's only because he only plays 1/3 of the snaps.
Right.
And I think that's what NFL teams are going to look at him the same way, because they're going to say, well, okay, we can't really put him in base because we're not sure he can run defend at the moment. So they're going to just say, okay, we're going to just put him wide in pass situations and let him get to the quarterback.
He could do that and just go to the weight room and get bigger for the running downs, but in the beginning he can be a situational pass rusher and be really, really good at it. Look at Lawson, I think he can get a bunch of sacks just playing.
For sure, but that's going to push you down. But my point is that's going to push you down in value.
Yeah.
When they perceive your value, you're you're going to cap out. You're not going to be a 2nd round pick when you're okay, we're going to play 1/3 of the downs this year.
Man, more like 2. I think he could go 2nd and third down. He can hold. He's strong. I think he can hold up on the edge. He's strong enough.
Right.
I think he's a 2nd round guy.
There's 3 names that I've just looked at that didn't even get a look in round 2. Uchenna Nwosu from USC.
Oh, from USC.
Yeah. Quinton Meeks from Stanford. Yeah, and do you know what? The big one, Nick Chubb.
Oh, that's right.
Nick Chubb didn't get picked up.
The Chubster.
Yeah. So some of these running backs are going to fall though. Not all of them.
They're going to push each other down. They're going to push each other down.
Royce Freeman and Wiley are going to fall.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I really like Nick Chubb though. To be honest with you, I think. Yeah, he's got to get picked up. He's decent. I like him.
Orlando Brown didn't go.
No,
I wonder where he goes.
Round 3 or 4.
Yeah,
he's gonna go 3 or 4.
Or
he's gonna go.
Shark.
Yeah, Shark didn't go.
No, but Shark's a one-trick pony. I mean, you're just talking about a guy who runs 2 routes, 2 or 3 routes.
Yeah.
He's gonna run a 9. He's gonna run a post, or he's gonna run a post.
So basically, he's a taller James Jett.
Yeah, pretty much.
At this point, yeah, he's just James Jett.
Tyrell Crosby didn't go. He might go in the draft in 2nd round, I think.
Yeah, Tyrell might go in the 2nd. He's like a guy that gets overlooked at the tackle spot because he's at Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he does nothing but short sets. That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
BJ Hill could go as well. I don't know. Well, no, BJ Hill might go round 3 or 4 just because of the position.
Yeah, Hill's another guy. He's like a guy that can land on the Patriots.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who another linebacker is that I like that probably will go 3rd round is Jerome Baker from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have came out last year. He would have went higher.
Yeah, a lot higher last year.
Hey,
Dorrance
guys.
Armstrong. Where does he fall?
Dorrance Armstrong.
Yeah.
He's on 3rd. He's on 3rd. I love him.
3rd, yeah.
He can go. He'll go to a 3-4 team. Would be a better fit for him.
And just so some Raider ideas specifically, I do think Arden Key or in round 3 would. I think the big question is, do the Raiders want a bigger defensive end type, or do they want a smaller end rusher type? Because we know that Bruce Irvin's going to be playing edge. He's going to be a defensive end. Do they want to draft someone smaller or bigger? And I think the two guys they brought in for visits, Chad Thomas from Miami, who's going to profile much more like what Gunther had in Cincinnati, or they also brought in Arden Key, who you're going to look at, it's going to be more of that Bruce Irvin type. So I think that'll be an interesting question, Raiders specific.
Right. I think, you know what? If you get Arden Key, in his first couple years, you just use him as Lance Johnstone and get the quarterback on this rush down.
He's going to be your Carl Lawson. He's going to get him in the weight room, and he's going to play once every 3 downs, and you're just going to have him attack at depth on the quarterback.
He's got to have a simplified game, hasn't he? Like that's the key, isn't it?
Right.
The key for key.
You like how I dropped that one in?
Hey, I got a question. Who's the second best interior pass rusher after Maurice Hurst? Like Maurice Hurst is number 1. Who's number 2? Pass rusher.
Breland Speaks.
But he's not a second round guy.
I would.
Tim Settle.
Nah. RJ McIntosh in round 4 or 5. I don't know.
You know what, McIntosh, that dude's got a lot of tackles for loss. So, I mean, it depends. Interior disruptor as in sacks or tackles for loss. It really depends, right?
Pass rusher, pressures, whatever.
I mean, technically, you tackle the running back 2 inches behind the line of scrimmage and tackle loss.
Yeah, Shepard.
I love Shepard. Yeah, I love Shepard. Didn't that one dude from USC have a lot of tackles for loss? Green? Or is that Owusu?
Rasheen Green is good.
Yeah, Green.
He's a defensive end right now, though. He's like 275 pounds.
Right. He's like a D end at this point, huh?
You know, if we could take Green and have him as a D end and put some weight on him and move him inside, maybe in a year or so, that might be good.
But that's also not Gunther's MO. I mean, the one thing you got to remember about Gunther and Zimmer specifically, they don't do that sub-package movement stuff. They have prototype sizes that they stick to, and everybody fits in those bubbles. And they just rotate at those positions. They don't move guys. That's just not what they do.
Interesting.
They're not going to go to a sub-package. I mean, the closest thing to that was Carl Lawson. That is the closest thing either one of those two teams has done to a sub-package defensive line look.
I mean, the most interesting part of this is Mike Trgovac, the defensive line coach. He specializes in getting his guys to beat guys one-on-one. So I'm like, what does that mean? It'll be interesting.
Yeah. What do you
means
guys
a lot of
think
one
of
gapping.
Sean Hand?
I don't think about him.
Oh, man. Obie just slamming the door right there.
I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry.
Fan. No, me neither.
Hey, that's why I'm asking. I'm asking people's opinions.
Right.
Hey, I want to ask you guys make a prediction.
It's a project.
It's our podcast, man. Do you know what I mean?
Make a prediction on the podcast right now.
It's a project right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, you guys think Jared Cook's going to be on the roster come week 1?
Oh, the moment he's healthy, he's gone. The moment he passes the physical.
I can't see it. I think it saves money, doesn't it?
They're taking Dalton Schultz in round 4.
Man, because, I mean, he's got a $5 million cap number, right?
You're doing, no, what you're going to do, you're going to cut Cook and you're going to sign him. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, guys, before we go, I want to ask all you guys a prediction for pick number 10 for the Raiders. Who do you think the Raiders go?
Hurst.
Obie says Hurst. All right.
Obie's got. I'm going to go conventional. I'm going to go McGlinchey.
Oh, wow. That'd be. The fans wouldn't like it, but that'd probably be the most secure pick. I mean.
Yeah.
I think Gruden's first pick is going to divide Raider Nation.
McGlinchey. All right, who you got, Rory?
I think the Raiders are going to trade down, and you're going to see this in my mock. I think the Raiders are going to trade down to 15 with the Cardinals, and they are going to take Mike McGlinchey.
All right,
and then they'll trade.
What if they don't trade down?
If Minka's there, I think it'd be really hard to pass up, but it'd have to be one of those two. And then I do think there's a legitimate shot that the Raiders do trade back up to 32. And I think if they do it, they're doing it for a running back.
Solid.
Because they're going to get that running back on a 5th-year option.
Gavin, what do you reckon?
Well, it's tough to predict, but my own personal choice, I've stuck by this guy through the whole draft process. I'm sticking by him now. I'm taking Darius Guy.